Good morning, it's Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and we got the brand new One Piece ban list revealed, which is really exciting. So we have a ban leader, a return leader, and a restricted leader. So let's get straight into this. So first things first, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. We got a new ban leader. Yep, Blue Nami is officially banned, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm actually kind of surprised by this. I guess she was getting brand new blue support for her coming up in the next set. That was going to make her absolutely busted. So they're like, you know what, let's just nip this in the butt before it becomes a problem. And they banned it before it can even become legal for us, which is kind of crazy, not going to lie. However, they did reveal to us a brand new Blue Nami leader that is basically Blue Nami, everything in name. However, it has the restriction that basically, lovely, it cannot play any card in its deck besides blue East Blue cards, meaning the deck is strictly locked into blue East Blue, which is kind of insane. This is a huge restriction to the leader. This deck was already kind of rogue. However, I guess the new support was going to make it insane. But I don't think the new support plus whatever is left of the deck after this huge restriction does anything for the deck. I mean, the deck was playing so many non-East Blue cards, it's ridiculous. There goes the Supernova, not Supernova, the Seven Warlords engine. There goes the Amazon Lily package. There's so many cards that are just generically blue that this deck was playing and experimenting with, from lovely Gravity Blade to Red Rock to a whole bunch of really powerful blue draw and event cards that this deck just no longer has access to, which is kind of crazy. Don't get me wrong, the brand new Blue Nami cards are pretty cool, but I don't think it's enough by itself, plus the existing East Blue cards that we already have, to make this deck any better than Rogue. Let's talk about the other card I guess came off the list. Kabaji came back, which is a lovely sight to see. The reason why Kabaji came back is that he's not even an East Blue card, it's a buggy card. So the brand new Nami leader cannot even play Kabaji now that he's off the list. If you don't remember, Kabaji was banned from Blue Nami back in like the first year of the game's existence due to how good the drawing was. I'm happy that Kabaji's back. You might see some play in a deck kind of like Blue-Green Sanji or Navy Buggy, because it is a, a buggy card, but it's not cross-guild, so maybe not. I think the only card this might see play in is, again, Navy, Blue-Green Sanji, and that's about it. However, that is not the only blue change that got revealed. We also got a return ban leader in the form of Blue-Black Sakazuki. Yes, the original Blue-Black Sakazuki is officially legal to play again, which is kind of crazy. So we've been getting a shit ton of Blue Navy support in the last several sets due to Blue Kuzan, and now we are going to have full power Blue-Black Sakazuki that will have access to all the broken blue cards that have come out ever since its banning back in OP08, and all the crazy brand new black cards this deck got since then, since OP08, which is kind of crazy. This deck is just an insane leader overall. We don't know, it's a 4 life, so maybe it's just balanced enough. If you're not a healing leader, it is very challenging to be a 4 life leader in this game. So it's hard to say this deck will be meta. However, it has a really powerful ability, it has a really good minus effect for a black deck, and I don't know, this deck has a lot of new tools at its disposal, especially with all the new Blue Navy cards. I think this deck has teeth. We'll just have to see. Someone has to cook me up a new list. But yeah, that's really exciting for all you Blue-Black Sakazuki fans, or your Navy fans as a whole, because Navy hasn't been doing so well, unless you're Kuzan. And finally, the last card that is getting restricted, this is strange. This is the first time we ever had a card that come not banned, but restricted by the rules. So Blue Purple Luffy is the current best leader in the game. That's no debate. Ever since OPO 11, this leader has been taking names, and the 2 cards allowing it to take names have been 8 cost Katakuri, the purple one, and of course 9 cost purple Lin. However, they decided, you know what? We don't want to ban Purple Blue Luffy. We don't want to ban Purple 9 cost Lin. And we don't want to ban the new 8 cost Purple Katakuri because they are great support for a whole list of purple decks and blue decks and any deck that has access to the purple color. So they said, you know what? We're just going to make the best deck in the game not able to play it, which is a really cool restriction. So instead of saying, look, we're not banning Blue Back Purple Luffy, we're not banning Blue Purple Luffy, we're not banning Katakuri, we're not banning Big Mom, we're just saying if you're playing Blue Purple Luffy, you can't play those cards, which I think is actually a very fair and balanced restriction. I think that's actually very fair to Blue Purple Luffy players. Don't get me wrong, those are 2 of their best cards out of the game. However, the deck is still an insane Wombo Dawn increasing deck, and it still has access to 9 cost Sanji, it still has access to the 9 cost Luffy's. The deck still has teeth, it just doesn't have access to the heal that it had off Purple Lin. Purple Lin giving the deck access to healing ability was a little disgusting. So the fact that the deck doesn't have that anymore feels really good. Not to mention Purple Lin was also removal for anything that was 6 costs or less, which was also just disgusting. And the fact that the 8 cost Katakuri was a blocker that restand your big attacking characters was also just disgusting. The deck needed to get hit. I'm glad they didn't ban any cards. So it means if you bought these cards, you can still use them in any other deck. You just can't use them for the best deck in the game, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully, we'll see how this balances out the meta. Hopefully, we see some new decks rise in the format. We'll just have to see. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy. Don't think stupid. See you on the next one, and bye-bye.